Okay, we are set now. Honorable Speaker.
I'm also set from my end.
Okay, they say once a speaker is always a speaker.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a good evening, gentlemen, and ladies, of course. It's another brown new edition of Movement of Truth, where we discuss Edo State politics and, of course, the 2024 governorship election. Here we are in 2024 already, the much talked about year, that a lot of things are going to change in Edo State. This is the year we'll be waiting for. 2024 is right here. And today we're going to be speaking with a very important stakeholder in Edo State politics, a critical stakeholder, a man who has seen it all as far as politics and governance is concerned in Edo State. We're talking about a man who has been a councillor, who has been a legislator from the very beginning. He's been a councillor in his ward in Eastern Northeast local government. From there, he became an honorable member for representing Eastern Southeast constituency 2. Eastern Northeast, I beg your pardon, Eastern Northeast constituency 2.
Ward 7,
Ward 7. Yes, Ward 7. You are from Ward 7, but you represented constituency 2, Eastern Northeast.
When you mentioned councillor now, councillor is
you were councillor for Ward 7.
Yes,
councillor for Ward 7. That is correct. But you represented constituency 2 in Eastern Northeast between 2000 and 1999, right? And 2007.
Yes.
1999-2007, yeah. For 8 years, he was in the House of Assembly, Edo State House of Assembly, where at some point for about 3 years or so, he was a speaker.
Right.
It was speaker for how many years now? About 3 years? Yeah. He was speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly up to the year 2007, when the government of Governor Lucky Benedion rounded up in 2007. From there, he went straight. I think he was the one who started the slogan Abuja Direct, Abuja Straight, from the State House of Assembly to the National Assembly in 2007. In 2007, he represented the good people of Eastern Southeast, Eastern Northeast local government, and then joined together the constituency in the House of Representatives between 2007 and 2011. And again, he went for the second time. The people wanted him to return, and he returned in 2011, where he served his people meritoriously till 2015. Here we have Right Honorable Sir Barrister Friday Itulah, who until recently, until now, he's been an aspirant to the Edo State House, Edo Governor's House, one of the governorship aspirants. And last year, he was one of the senatorial aspirants also, who vied to be senator to represent the people of Edo Central. We have Sir Friday Itulah here on the spot. Moment of Truth. Welcome on board, sir.
Thank you very much, Darlington, the CEO, Truth Life Television.
Truth Life Communications. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
We are happy to have you on board, sir, because we know when you want to know the truth about Edo State politics from the very onset, the people which we must talk to are the people who have been major players, who have been real stakeholders, what you also refer in contemporary terms as a critical stakeholder in Project Edo. We want to know more about what is happening in Edo. First of all, let us start politically. We want to know what is happening to PDP in Edo State, sir. Edo State PDP, what is happening? How is the party faring, sir?
Well, thank you very much. I must say, my party, the People's Democratic Party, as far as we know, is going stronger by the day in Edo State. The differences that occurred or that have been there before now is gradually giving way, and the party, to a very large extent, is coming stronger and is returning to its old ways of winning elections. There have been some factions, no doubt, but as I speak with you, people are talking, we are meeting and resolving our differences. And by the special grace of God, in no distant time from now, PDP will bounce back again as it was before this unfortunate crisis came in. So we are strong. That is the summary of it. And I'm sure, though there is room to improve as we get along, but I can say we are strong.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I must commend you for your openness, for your frankness. But I will also bring you back in 2007, immediately after you left office as the Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, when you moved to Abuja. We had the government of Senator Osareme Osumbo, who was in office between 2007 May and 2008 November 11th to be precise. We could recall that then we had a crisis brewed up then that led to the exit, the factionalization of the party, as it were, in 2007 and 2008, where we had the two groups, where we had the A and the O PDP, if you could recall. Today, what are we having? Are we having also O and O, or O versus O? I don't know what we are having today in PDP, sir.
Well, it is true that during the midway into the 1 month, 1 year, 6 months of Professor Osareme Osumbo tenure, there was some division in the party along the Aneni group and the Ogbemundia group. The Aneni group was the one that was referred to as the A group, and then the O group was Osumbo Ogbemundia group. And of course, that led to the unfortunate detriment of PDP from government, because the court removed the then governor. However, that lingered on, and then the current senator representing Edo North, Senator Comrade Aliu Shomole, came in and was there till he handed over to the current governor. Well, today, I can tell you, yes, we still had factions. You have those who belong to the legacy that is led by the vice chairman, South, the person of Chief Danobi, and then we have the governors group. But like I did say, we are getting to come together. The line is getting thinner and thinner. And I can give you reasons for that as we get along in the course of this interview. Yeah, while we are getting to where we are going.
We will get to that, sir. We'll get to that very soon. I also want to quickly bring you back to the situation in Edo Central, where you are from, where you've played your politics from the very beginning. You could recall that even in 2008, when Andas Oshomole came into power, the Edo Central remained a very stronghold of the People Democratic Party, that is the PDP, or even up to 2023,
yes, sure,
where the Senatorial District held strongly in all the elections that were held between 2007 up to even 2016, 2015, until 2017, where the PDP retained the Senate. In 2007 to 2015, we had Senator Odion Ugbesea of the PDP. We had Sergius Ogun of the PDP in the House of Representatives. We have Ejon Wele of the PDP also, from axis of the
Federal constituency,
where we have Esan West, Esan Central, and Igweben Federal constituency. So that is to say, even when Oshomole was in power, the PDP had sway in Edo Central. But the story cannot be said today. Why is Edo Central now in the hands of APC?
Well, thank you very much. What you have narrated is the true position. Up to 2015, our Senator John Gwesha, represented Edo Central from 2007. And then from then onwards, we had Senator Engineer Clifford Odia, who was also there until very recently, when Senator Okwewo came into the scene. That principally was because of the division we had in the People's Democratic Party that cut across the length and breadth of the party. That was when we had the Obi faction and the Gordon faction that were at play at loggerhead, and we were in court. There was really no time for us to be able to come together and do what we are used to doing, meeting the people, mobilizing them for election, because we were in court and nobody was really sure where the pendulum was swinging to. By the time we were out of court, election was already at hand, and it became too late for us to organize ourselves. So the opposition took advantage of that and won the election. We lost the senatorial position. We lost the
House of Reps
federal constituency of that's the federal constituency of Eastern Northeast and Eastern Southeast.
Yeah.
And it was by God's grace we were able to win the other federal constituency of Edo Central,
Edo West, Central, Eastern West.
No, Eastern Central. Sorry, not Edo Central. Eastern Central, Igwebe, and Eastern West federal constituency. That we have today the representation of Right Honorable Marcus Honorable.
Yeah.
It was because of the unfortunate division that was created in the party that led to that position that we are. We also lost the senatorial district to the opposition. I'm sure we have learned our lesson, no doubt. And like I did say, we are coming together, and by the special grace of God, we shall remain strong. And by subsequent election, I can assure you that the story will be different.
Thank you so much. In politics, they say everything is about interest. Interest. They say there's no permanent friend, there's no permanent enemy. What is permanent in politics is interest. So we will agree, you will agree with me that what played out in that era, in that 2023 general elections, why the PDP lost the Edo Central, was because of interest that were playing out. Now, whatever you just mentioned about, because if you want to follow you with the use of English that you've used here today, you said we had. That means that problem that bedeviled the party there. If you want to follow your English language, that has become the past, because you have constantly used the word here. We had. Does it mean the problem has gone out right now? Because you are speaking in past tense.
Yeah, I told you that we lost those elections because we were in court. The opposition came in by default. Not that they were stronger in the senatorial district, but because we were not together and everybody was answering his or her father's name, quote and unquote. That was what led to the defeat that we had. Like I did say, we have learned our lessons. We can see that in the times of quarrel, such as we had, nobody benefits. But in time of peace, when we come together, everybody benefits. So we have learned the very hard way, and I can assure you that from what is playing out, the story is not going to be the same anymore. The different groups that we had are beginning to meet. The governor, you may be aware, sometimes they go visited Dan Obi, and some of the aspirants are also visiting him. And a lot of people are talking to tell the leadership that losing out, nobody will benefit from a loss to the party. And if we agree that the party is supreme, and the whole essence of forming a political party is to be able to be in government, to form government, then there is a need to shield our sword. We are learning our lessons, and I can assure you, if we continue the way we are going, it's going to be a different game entirely by the time we get to the next election.
Thank you so much, Honorable. I did promise you, I'm not going to waste your time because I know you are very busy. You even had to get out of a meeting to be in this interview. I must appreciate you. But before we go, I'll take you on two very critical questions. The letter you sent to me, the letter of the declaration of what you could regard as a Igweben declaration, where you did say that Aswen, Barrister Aswen is the one you are aligning with his aspiration. And you also referred to him, in that, yes, that's the letter, thank you. You also referred to him as someone who is a unifying factor. A unifying factor in the sense that he's able to bring the warring factions together. And I actually did see him the other day in Chief Obi's end of year party that he does almost every year. Yeah. He has been doing that for the past 13 years or thereabout. And I spoke with Chief Obi, and he confirmed that the man was there and the man has been speaking to him. How far do you think this man can go? Aswen Ighodalo.
Thank you very much. I believe, to answer your question directly, that he's going to heed the tape, and strongly for that matter. Dr. Aswen, as you are aware, is non-aligned. You cannot say he belongs to the legacy group or the governor's faction.
Yeah.
He's not. He's one person who is neutral and is in a position to be able to bring the two sides together as he's doing. If you meet Aswen in person, you can't leave him with, it will create a very deep impression in you. He's one person that you cannot fail to realize that this is somebody who is a special gift to the party. And I can say he's the only one that everybody will want to support at the end of the day. Those who have not met him may still have some reservation, but by the time he meets with you, by the time he speaks with you, you will see that this is one man who means well for the party. He keeps saying that it is one thing to aspire, but it's another thing for you to be able to win the election. And if you do not come together, if the party is not united and to remain strong, your declaring interest and wanting to hold one position or the other cannot materialize. And this is a driving force. He's going around, there is no party, there is no meeting, there is nobody you recommend to Aswen to speak with that he will say, I'll be too busy to be able to talk to such a person. He's such a humble person. And at the end of the day, he is going to be one person that the PDP will be happy to present as his candidate. He has seen it all. Talk of the corporate world, he has been there. He's a lawyer by his profession, by his calling. Tell me, what he's from a very rich political background, and he's one person, even though he is there, up there in the sky, you see him still being very humble. And that is that is the attraction that he has. So he is somebody who is immodest. I don't know what other good terms I can use in qualifying him. So for those of us who decide to align with him, we did so because we know that this is a material that we have. Particularly at this period that we are, he is the Daniel who has come to judgment. So there is no fear at all that Ashley, if he continues the way he is going, which I'm sure he will do, he'll be able to bring the party together and everybody will line up behind him. And that is victory for us.
Daniel who has come to judgment, that is how Honorable Barrister Friday Itulah has described Barrister Aswen Ighodalo. Aswen Ighodalo, we had him here about 3 weeks ago on this program live. And one particular thing he said, which I heard very strongly, was that with the kind of statement he made was more or less a statement you could compare to what Buhari made during his opening speech, when he said, "I am for nobody, I am for everybody." And you just rightly made mention of that just now, that Aswen is the only one who is particularly not attached to any of the two factions of the party, which I thought is good for him and for his image. He said here then that he was going to ensure that he brings not just the party together, that the state will benefit unity, monumental unity, if he is elected the governor of the state. And I've always told people, what Edo State needs is unity. We are a state that is blessed by different ethnic nationality. But one thing that we know, that we are interrelated. There is no local government in Edo State that do not enjoy land contiguity with every other local government. So that link is there, religiously, politically, economically, historically, and traditionally. There is connection. How are we able to fuse all this together to form a common ground as an indivisible state? Because without unity, we can really not progress as a state. You know that. So Aswen displayed a lot of knowledge about Edo when we had him here. With your own assessment, sir, we are not talking about PDP right now. Do you see Aswen as a man who can take Edo to his Eldorado in every ramification?
There's no doubt about that at all. Yes, there's no doubt about that at all. Aswen is really not a stranger in the government and governance of Edo State. He was with Comrade Adam Oshomole as one of his economic advisors in the economic team. And it was what Obaseki saw in him that made him to invite him to also join him. The Ala Udaro, that is the economic vehicle with which the governor is driving the governance of Edo State, is led by Dr. Aswen Ighodalo. He is the chairman. And if you also look at his background, like I did say, Aswen, until very recently, was the chairman of Sterling Bank in the finance industry. He was also the chairman of the
Nigeria Breweries.
Nigeria Breweries, PLC. Yeah. So many other areas that he has been either a board member or a chairman, Okomu Oil, mention it. So when you talk of boardroom politics, Aswen is a guru. And when you also talk of a governor, like I did say, was part of Oshomole economic team, is presently part of the current governor. You are aware of what the governor is doing so much in trying to attracting industrial investment to Edo State. Edo State is becoming almost like Lagos, where what it makes Lagos strong are the industry that are attracted there. And if Aswen Ighodalo takes off from where the current governor stops, we cannot but become Edo cannot but become a state of Eldorado. So he's the one, he has the background, he knows what it means, what he is doing. You only need to listen to him to know that this is a man who has a vision and a mission. And that mission is to bring Edo to that high level. Even as we speak, I can tell you, it is Edo almost most states of the country are looking up to. Without Sonia at the driver's seat, Nigeria itself will learn a lot from him. Very many of the states will come to him, and Edo will be the state that will be the leader of the pack to ensure that Nigeria is even moved beyond the level that we are. So it's going to be a very great asset to Edo State and Nigeria indeed. So you need to see this man one-on-one. You need to hear him out and know that this is a special gift from God to us at this time that we are yearning for development in Edo State.
Thank you so much, Honorable Itulah. I will not let you go without taking you back to Edo Central, where we began. Edo Central has been the political hub center of the state. When I say political hub center, it means the one of the decision makers, the shakers and movers of Nigerian politics came from there. I'm talking about the person of Chief Tony Aneni, and of blessed memory. Blessed memory, yeah. And you recall that he left this world about 4 years ago now, or 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. In Edo Central, we have not been able to find our feet since the demise of this great icon. We have not been able to find a man or even a woman who will stand up and even do half of what he has done in bringing the people together, bringing the people of Edo Central together across political divide to ensure that the best, always the best, comes to Edo Central. What are we doing? How is Edo Central in the aftermath of Chief Aneni's death?
Well, we always wish that the late Chief Dr. Tony Aneni were still around, but as you well know, every good thing has everything that has a beginning must have an end.
Yeah,
he has played his role. He has left that a very strong footprint on ground. Of course, we may not be able to feel that as we speak, but that is what we are working towards. By the special grace of God, when we now have a governor from Edo Central, of course, necessarily, he will be a leader for the senatorial districts, and I'm sure he will learn what has happened before and be in a position to be able to replicate what Aneni did for us. Nonetheless, I can tell you that nothing is static in politics. The politics is a dynamic game. It continues to grow from one level, develop from one level to another. And I'm sure by the time we have experienced the presence of Ason Ighodalo as our governor in Edo State, coming from Edo Central, we'll be able to recover, at least have more of those things that Chief Aneni, the vacuum that was led by Aneni, will gradually be filled. So we are praying that he gets there. It's a leader we are grooming, that we have seen that he has all the traces that our former leader, the characteristics of the Chief Tony Aneni had. And it is just for us to put our hearts together to ensure that we are able to get him to be at the driver's stage of the Edo State craft. By the time that is done, we have gotten to the level that we want, and politics will develop further from there. And by God's special grace, the heartbeat of the nation that we are will indeed play out by the time he is done with his tenure as the governor of Edo State.
Thank you so much, Honorable Itulah. You seem to be very, very optimistic about his emergence as the governor of the state and his ability to do well, to give true dividends of democracy and good governance in the state. I must anchor very just now at that point, but before I go, how many aspirants do we have in Edo State PDP right now for the governorship? I understand so many people like you are aligning with him who were aspirants. Who is left competing with him, sir?
Okay, as we speak, after last Saturday,
yeah,
4 of the 9 aspirants that we had has aligned with him.
Okay.
I started the whole process by last Thursday, and then one other person followed, and then I'm aware that Senator Clifford has also aligned with him. So has the former Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, the Right Honorable Marcus Onobu, and some 2 other persons, namely Honorable John Yakubu, Ambassador have requested that they be given more time to consult with some of their followers. And by Wednesday, when that committee will meet again, we are praying that more will join. Even those that have not requested to be given more time, we have seen the handwriting on the wall and we want to join this whole course. So if we leave out the 4 that have aligned now, then those who are left will be John Yakubu, Ambassador Mantis Umwengi. We also ask them. We have Jofe, Dr. Akhabwe, Felix Akhabwe. I think that the job be about 1, 2, 3, 4 that be left. We are praying and optimistic that by Wednesday, more people will have aligned. And then by the time we get to the stage of the primary proper, by the special grace of God, we may just have only Aswen as the sole candidate of the People's Democratic Party from Edo Central. By the time the other 2 senatorial districts sees that Edo Central means business, and everybody is backing a single candidate, you will see the need to also say, after all, as we have been saying, this position ought to go to Central. Why don't we just allow them to have this? That is our wish and our prayers. So to answer your question categorically, about 4 are still in the race as we speak.
Okay. Thank you so much. About 4 people, 4 aspirants are still in the race as we speak, competing with the doctor himself, Barrister Aswe Iwodalu, for the converted ticket of the gubernatorial candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2024 Edo State gubernatorial election. So we'll wait until we see how much more they're going to run, or how many of them we align, because that word, you forbid them using that word step down. How many of them are going to align with the aspiration of Aswe Igodalu? So in this very, very, very germane position we are going to be anchoring today, sir, we must appreciate you for the time. Like we've been talking since yesterday, I know how tight this day has been for you. We've changed, we switched the time twice from 2 o'clock to 3 to, and now we are here 8 o'clock, which we just, Nigeria time, although it's 7:41 here. And I did promise that I will not take too much of your time. Thank you so much, Honorable Itulah. I'm really grateful for having you.
Before I leave, I want to streamline what I did say as per the number of aspirants that are still left. Okay. Remember, we have an aspirant we believe is the one should represent us.
Okay. Network. Hello, Honorable Itulah, are you there?
Sure, number of aspirants that are concerned. That did not include Aswe Igodalu. I see him as the alter ego as far as this race is concerned for Edo Central. So if we are including him, that will still be 5.
5, okay.
But we are not really including. We are looking at those who we eventually want to align with him.
Thank you so much.
And the use of the word align,
yes,
like I did say, is deliberate. It's deliberate. When you talk of stepping down, it means you were at a level and now you are going down, stepping downwards. But when you align, you remain at the same level, but you are only adjusting yourself to remain with the person you believe is the one that should go. So we remain
the same pedestal.
We remain at the same pedestal. We are not. It's not like stepping down. You step down. So I believe that the use of the word step down is inappropriate for what we are doing. It is an alignment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Itulah. You always have your way. You have your way around these words. In 2007, you came with Abuja Direct, and that became a slogan for that season. This time around, we are here with alignment. There is nothing as stepping down, nothing like stepping down as far as you are concerned. What you are doing is aligning with the aspiration of Barrister Aswen Iyodalu. Thank you so much. We have learned a lot from you tonight, and I do hope that in as we march towards the primaries and the elections proper, by the time we call on you again, you oblige us this great opportunity of learning from you the politics of Nigeria and Edo State. Thank you very much, sir. It's an honor having you today. God bless you, sir.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir.
For meeting with me.
All right. Have a great evening, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye.